Next up, this future-proof home in Mermaid Waters on the Gold Coast. We're in Mermaid Waters on the Gold Coast today, and I'm going to show you through a home that feels like it encapsulates that easy breezy living that this big coastal town is so famous for. Feels like I'm on holidays here. How long have you lived here?
So we've been here about 12 months. So we've moved to the Gold Coast perhaps 2 years ago, and yeah, sort of found this place as the ideal place to settle from moving away from Sydney.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it is the most beautiful place on earth. I'm a local, so I can say it.
It is
arguably.
gorgeous.
Yeah. So what drew you to the Gold Coast specifically?
So I'm from Lennox Head originally, so right on the beach. It's, difficult to find a spot so close to the beach these days, and this is probably as close as we could get. And yeah, beautiful weather, just love it up here.
Love it. And what drew you to this particular home?
So I think the space for us, so we came from a small apartment in Sydney with beautiful ocean views, but very, very small. And we got a second dog during COVID, and obviously it got a little bit hectic, so we sort of, wanted something that had some space and mostly, neighbours far enough away that you get a bit of sunlight in through your windows, which is, yeah, what we love about this place, I think.
I've actually never bought a place that I could just move into and it feel completely finished. So that's a bit of a privilege. Did you have to make any additions?
So, I mean, mostly we will eventually, I think, think about how we want the sort of side, upstairs and downstairs, to connect a little bit better. But we just sort of want to have a little bit of a break, I think, and having, big move. We love it the way it is. So the main things, I think that, just to cover us over a few years, were aircon, coming from Sydney, not Queenslanders, my partner particularly, have to have the aircon in, and then therefore we sort of had to definitely put solar.
Yeah, okay.
So solar was definitely a big priority, make the most of the sun. We've got a flat roof. I'm not sure what the insulation's like. It does get a little bit hot, so we've got those solar panels to definitely absorb all that heat on this flat roof, and definitely make use of, don't have to feel guilty about running the aircon all day.
This beautiful home in the Gold Coast features a whopping 13 kilowatts worth of solar power. That will generate over 30 kilowatts worth of electricity, which is more than enough for the average household. This system was installed by one of our good friends, Fair Solar, who not only operate here in southeast Queensland, but also across the entire country. When looking to install solar power, you want to make sure you're working with a reputable brand, as well as a quality installer. In this scenario, Fair Solar offer the customers a 100% production guarantee. They're saying if the system does not produce what they say it's going to, they're going to put cash back into your bank. They also offer a 3-month and 12-month health check of the system to ensure it's optimised and working as it should be, which means over the duration of the system's life, you're going to get exactly what you've paid for, and hopefully a lot more.
You've also got some really interesting furniture items. Talk to me about those.
So I'd say these are kind of a labour of love. So it sort of started, my partner's Italian, and he was very much into, or is very much into design. So he's probably introduced me to a few pieces. I think in his lifetime, he's sort of bought some nice pieces from space, and we've kind of added to those elements. So upstairs, we're definitely trying to keep to the sort of Italian quality design a little bit better.
And then the large scale floor lamp feels like a piece of art.
Yeah, so the Arco lamp, that's an original.
Yeah. And a classic.
And a classic, yeah, that's it.
It's nice to be able to have the sorts of pieces that you'll have for a very long time, and that they'll sort of stand length of time in any context, whether you move or you want to move them around. And I love how you've incorporated sort of antique pieces into the mix.
So that's from Valeria's family, some 16th century Italian sort of fairly heirloom, and there's another desk that we've got sort of further out the back. But yeah, so sticking to the Italian sort of theme.
Well, it feels very coastal out here. It really feels like I'm on holidays. Is this your favourite part of the house?
It is, absolutely. We love the pool. The back of the house has just got, as you said, that coastal summery vibe. We're out here every weekend for hours and hours in the morning. Absolutely love it.
And it's a total bonus to be able to have that completely self-contained downstairs area. As you say, it gives you so many more options in terms of entertaining, being able to house guests for long periods of time, but it also gives you that option to be able to Airbnb it.
That's it, absolutely. I think that was kind of when we moved up. My partner sort of was starting a business. I still work in Sydney. We weren't quite sure how that was going to go longer term. Lucky for us, his business is booming and it's worked out with work. So we haven't actually Airbnb it yet, but yeah, just to have the option, you know, it's obviously, yeah, great to have, you know, my parents come down here and stay and like to have their own little space, and Dad's a big breakfast person, we're not, so he can serve himself, and yeah, no, it works out well.
I love that. Well, it's an awesome space and love the house. Thank you so much for showing us through.
No worries, thank you so much for coming.